But that'll take me to my quarterback 4, who I wasn't even going to actually have on this list because I'm just not so confident with him. But as you'll see with my number 5 guy, I had to have Zach Wilson on this list from BYU. He's now on the New York Jets. I mean, he's the second overall quarterback, and for good reason. He's very solid. He actually kind of reminds me of the guy that just traded to Carolina, Mr. Sam Darnold. They can both make off-platform throws. They're not the biggest guys, but you know what? They have decent size to them. Maneuverability. Seem to be pretty smart. The only thing I would say is this was probably the best move for the team because Darnold has been, I'll say, scarred by the Jets and Adam Gase. So get a new guy in, new rookie deal. Got a second-round pick next year from Carolina, so I think they made out fairly decently. But in terms of the Jets, you know, they are not decent. There's a reason why they had this second overall pick. Their offensive line, according to PFF, was ranked 29th last year, I think the last year. And, I mean, if you just look at some of the players on the line, you can see why. Very hit-or-miss offensive line. I don't really see too many standout names here. No Connor McGovern, Mekhi Becton from last year at least. George Fant stands out. Other than that, not really sure about any of these names, but they did pick up Elijah Vera Tucker in the first round, traded up for him. He was, in terms of like guard prospects, he was the number 1 guard. I thought that was a very good pick for the Jets. They also signed Dan Feeney from the Chargers. So I think he can come in and be if nothing else, just like a body at the guard position. I think he can compete, keep the competition close, and I think a little bit of competition will be good for this offensive line, and that'll help Zach Wilson out long term. In terms of weapons, returning from last year, they have Denzel Mims, who will go into his second year, Jameson Crowder, who had a really good connection with Sam Darnold. We'll see if he can keep that connection with Zach Wilson. I have a sneaking suspicion Crowder won't be here for too much longer. They also have Chris Herndon and Ryan Griffin, 2 tight ends, who have been underwhelming. I know Griffin had a good year 2 years ago. Herndon had the potential to have a good year 3 years ago. Neither of them last year performed very well at all. I think Griffin might have been injured. I'm not sure if both were, but it's less about the weapons that they had and now that they have. They have Corey Davis, who they signed from Tennessee. They have Keelan Cole, who they signed from Jacksonville. They have Elijah Moore, who wide receiver from Ole Miss that they picked at the top of the second round. They have Tevin Coleman, running back, who they signed from the 49ers. And they have Michael Carter, running back from UNC. He was part of that two-headed monster running back group with Javonte Williams. And they got a steal with Carter, in my opinion, because picking him at the top of the 4th round for running back but could potentially be top in the class. I think that was a great pick. It's going to be fun to see this team and how they grow, especially under a new head coach. But I think with all those weapons, I think it's going to be good for Zach Wilson. Unfortunately, I don't see a true number 1 receiver for this team, and the offensive line is very, very bad. At least it was last year, so we got to hope that their new additions and their rookies can come in and actually change the offense and make it easier for Zach Wilson. But I will say, though, my number 1 question mark for this team is coaching. I'm just not sure what I'm getting from Saleh yet. Obviously, people like him. He seems to be a player guy, very smart on the defensive side of the ball, which could mean this offense could be very boring, running the ball, keeping the game close. They had a few nice off-season acquisitions. They had a few very nice off-season acquisitions in free agency, starting with Carl Lawson and a few others. They're still weak in cornerback, but regardless, I like this team. Another thing that I do worry about a little bit is dysfunction, because I know the Jets have not been the best organization as of late. I like Joe Douglas. I think he makes correct moves. They still had a few issues with Adam Gase, but now that he's out of the building, probably won't see too many mistakes that way. So hopefully Saleh and Joe Douglas can, work together and turn the Jets around. Because I think when New York football in general, not just the Jets but the Giants as well, when New York football is good, football is just better. So I like Zach Wilson as a number 4 quarterback. Again, Not expecting a ton from him. I wasn't even going to add him to the list.
Can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right.